The heck? Peace. Peace. Best part of waking up. What is the best part of waking up? Higher consciousness. Yeah. Being in the know. That's what it is for me. And I guess that's what I'm gonna get into today. Christy Williams. Peace, peace, peace. What's your opinion? What's the best part of waking up? The best part of your waking up, being conscious. Are you conscious? His Majesty, peace, peace. John Connor, peace. Nathaniel Clark, peace. Kevin Johnson, peace, peace. Hit that like button for a real individual. What's the best part of waking up? User 812650800650. You need a username. Peace. Hit that like button, user. Nathaniel. I got an Uncle Nate. Eugene Williams. Peace, peace. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. If you come in and out of here. I think the best part of waking up is just knowing. For real, just knowing. You know what I mean? Knowing what's going on and what's not going on. You know what I mean? I feel good. I feel good about it. It's much better than being in a sleep state. Right? Much better. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're in that sleep state, you're being fed. You're being fed things that you don't even know about. You know, you're being fed Katina Clinton, peace, peace, peace. Hit that like button. Peace. Insightful. Peace. Hit that like button. Another user. Peace. You know what I mean? But yeah, when you're in that sleep state, they can feed you anything they want to feed you. And then they'll tell you that is good for you. And nobody in their right mind wants that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be just fed something and being told to eat it or told to drink it and you don't even know what the heck it is. So you have to be in the conscious, you have to be in your conscious state of mind to understand the issues. Some people are not even conscious that they smell bad. That's a bad way to be. They don't even know they smell bad. Iceman, peace. Chrissy B, peace, peace, peace. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. For a natural one. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, hit that like button. Yeah, I ain't AI. You know what I mean? But ain't no buts. I ain't AI. But I want to talk about some real stuff. Yeah, I'm in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Just want to talk about some conscious, you know what I mean? Some. That's cliche. But some kind, it ain't really conscious. It's real stuff, man. You know what I mean? Hey, we real, right? We live in the real, in the real world, right? We breathing real air, walking next to real people, and all that. So, you know what I mean? But believe it or not, as large as the world is, our own personal worlds is much smaller. It's smaller. That's why you got to worry about. You got Miss Bond Peace. You got to worry about what's right there with you, like what's going on in your reality. Not worrying about stuff that's going on in realities where you don't exist, or your children don't exist, or your family members don't exist. Hey, worry about the stuff that's going on right where you at. You know what I mean? And not walking around here, in a sleep state. It's deep. So many different deep issues. And I swear to God, it was something in particular that I wanted to talk about, and I should have wrote it down that I wanted to talk about a certain particular thing, and I didn't write it down, and I didn't forgot. Danger close to you. It's always danger close to you. That's why you gotta stay sharp. Peace. You know what I mean? You gotta keep calm and stay sharp. Yeah. And another one of the biggest ways is staying sharp and being safe from danger, the danger that's always close to you, is to wake the hell up. Wake the hell up. Every time they put something on this thing and start advertising, about stuff, man, people get hyped. People get excited. Whether it's these superstars, war, and different stuff. Hey, man, they really know how to activate people to get hyped about nothing. Imagine if your energy was your currency. Like, think about it. What if your energy is the currency? And in the movie, like the movies, The Matrix was like jive real. You know what I mean? Like they really got us plugged in. They got us plugged into a matrix to siphon our energy. And in the way how they get it is through your emotions. And every time you become emotionally connected to a thing, whether it be in even your happiness, you know what I mean, your happy energy, or your anger, whatever, it's a way of siphoning off your energy. Imagine that. Imagine if that's real. Like, ponder on that. But we'll never come to any type of conclusion on that if we don't wake up and think about it. Like, is that something that could possibly be real and authentic, or something that could possibly be happening, or not? You know what I mean? But a lot of us, insightful, peace, Shelby, peace, Antonio Maddox, peace. Hit the like button for a real individual. You know what I mean? But we be sad. We be too satisfied with the world feed us, and just like and think that's life. You know what I'm saying? We think that's life. You know what I mean? Same thing. It's like all going out the same stuff. They recycle the same stuff, even with elections. They running out of movies to make. They running out of different stuff. You know what I mean? To get the people hyped. You know what I'm saying? So, that's because a lot of people is waking up. It don't matter whether you so-called white or you so-called black or whatever. You know what I mean? People waking up on all fronts and realizing that most of the stuff we've been following all our lives is a freaking illusion. Nelly Bell, peace. Jerome Kirkland, peace. Hit the like button for a real one. You know what I'm saying? That it's all an illusion. You know what I mean? But hey, don't get me wrong. I've been I done indulged in a lot of the illusionary aspects of this reality. Iron lung. I like that. Iron lung. Peace. Hit that like button. Yeah. Yeah. So ain't nobody perfect, but guess what? Hey, I hope if something I say on this live, talking with the people, or talking and stuff like that, that I can motivate somebody to just go deeper, no matter what it is, whether it's the issue of your genealogy, your nationality, your spirituality, your health, your wealth, all of these different things. I would hope that I can motivate somebody to care more about it. You know what I'm saying? And work on themselves. You know what I mean? Work on their own personal self, and then you could start affecting whatever or whoever is in your reality. Because even in this, I don't know what to call it. The internet is like it is reality, but it's not the physical reality. But okay, on this internet reality, hey, even y'all that's coming in and out of my live, y'all, we are part of each other's reality. Because somehow, some way, we connected. Because that's why you was able to be the breeze by and see my face, right? Or see something I posted. So let's help each other. You know what I mean? Let's help each other. Let's help each other be better individuals. You know what I mean? Because me myself personally, I used to be on stuff, whether it was religion or just different kind of information stuff. And I used to tell myself, like, man, I ain't trying to save the world. I used to always say that stuff to myself. I would say it in conversations, like things that I learned that I ain't here to save the world. But you know what though? On a more responsible note, man, you should want to save the world. Yeah, and that's something, you should want to save the world. You should. That's the way you should want to be. You know what I mean? And I'll be deep in thought, like how I was when I was a child, and the people I grew up with, and I can remember us like being a kid. We was deep on like cartoons and comic books back in the day when we was kids. I was like a young kid in the 70s and the 80s, right? Be ready from staying ready. So I don't have to get ready. I live by this every day. Right. Iceman. That's that. Yeah. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. That's right. And that pertains to all aspects of life. You know what I mean? But being as though I came up in the age where as though, we watched a lot of cartoons and read a lot of comic books. Like me, I like the X-Men, I like the Captain America. I like all the different, even Transformers. I remember when Transformers first came out, I was in like the 6th grade. That was like 84. So, I come up with that G.I. Joe, all of that. You know what I mean? But to make a long story short, before, let's say, a lot of us maybe went left in life, or we knew I didn't went left and right in life. You know what I'm saying? But the first time, that maybe, I used to want to be a hero when I was a kid. Like a lot of young guys. Like we don't be watching the cartoons and reading the comic books, and we don't be disliking the heroes. But then, like a lot of us grew up, and let's say we was affected by the world in a way where, so like, let's say police officers are supposed to be heroes, actually, even though it's just the way that things work out. They don't turn out to be that way, most of them. But some of them are. But most of them are not. But that's why, like, it's just like people. The special people. It's the people that's going, like, care about everybody else. So that's the hero. That's the hero archetype. So we can't really keep being like, oh, I ain't trying to save the world. The world surviving or the world being saved might depend on me. It might depend on you. You know what I'm saying? You might be the one to just give some young kid or some somebody your own age. Just give them some advice, and it affects them in a positive way. And they go home and talk to somebody in their family, and one of their family members is the one that's going to save the world, because the world definitely needs saving. You know what I mean? It definitely needs saving. So, we got to get away from, not thinking it's on us to save the world. Yeah, save the world. When you go in the store and you see somebody that's hungry and they thirsty and they on their last leg, man, if you got it, man, give them something to eat. Ain't no big deal. You know what I mean? Give them something to eat. Tell them to, to pray. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't, if you don't tell them to meditate or whatever. Yeah, you can tell them to meditate, but I'm just saying prayer is a form of meditation. You know what I'm saying? So, but, just to keep it wide, whereas most people, everybody understands is the basic, like, yo, pray. You having a problem? Pray. You know what I mean? But if you're on a higher level, meditate. You know what I mean? Calm everything, slow everything down, and meditate. You know what I mean? Turn the music off, turn the TV off, and think your way out of whatever you're going through. But in hey, it is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Certain kinds of people, they the ones that's going to take a stand for themselves. They're gonna take a stand for their community. Well, they're gonna take a stand for their family. Ozzy, I don't want to accept nobody because I don't know how to turn nobody off. I'm just really starting to get on like a live. And Ozzy, if you want to comment and at least comment and say something, so I know what you're trying to talk about when you get on my live, I probably would accept you. But I don't want to accept nobody, and I don't know what they're talking about. But just because I don't really know how to. If I do let you come in, I don't really. If you start talking some mess I ain't with, I don't know how to turn it off. I will have to turn the live all the way off and then come back on. But I am Mrs. Benjamin. Peace. Hit the like button for me if you can. But Iceman, hit that like button for me. But yeah, I think we should go. We got to get back to what we was before we may have gotten corrupted. All of us have been corrupted by this society. It ain't nobody. I don't care who you is. I don't care who you are. You know what I mean? All of us been affected, especially if you've been living. Only ones walking around thinking that they haven't been affected is like people ain't been living that long. Like you got the teenagers and the people in their 20s. They like millennials, right? And all that kind of stuff. And they the ones walking around thinking that they don't know nothing. But people, you've been living since the 70s and the 80s and even the 90s, like the early 90s, and you've been living, because you done seen some differences. You done seen the world change. We done seen the world change a couple times since 2000. You know what I'm saying? One of my kids was born in 2000, and she 20, what? Like 23 years old. 22 years old, she'd be 23. But I'm just saying, in her mindset, you know what I mean? It's just like, but she is what she is. She's a 22-year-old young woman. But it's on us, the people that's like further along in our journey than her is the ones, because like, shoot, damn, I'm like my dad. Like even now looking at this phone, I like my pops. You know what I mean? But I'm glad. That's how it is. If you live long enough, you ultimately end up being like your the older people in your family in a lot of ways, in most ways. But even no matter how old you are, man, you gotta get back to the best state. Your best state is when you was like impressionable, and to wake up and start learning new things. Well, learning new things and forgetting foolishness that got you stuck in the muck. It's going to probably take your best mind state, and your best mind state is your childlike mind state. I ain't talking about being immature. I'm just talking about reestablishing yourself as like a sponge to be able to absorb beneficial knowledge. You know how we was when we was kids. It's just easy for us to learn stuff. It just was. It's easy to teach. It's easy to teach kids something new. You know what I'm saying? But as opposed to us, we've been around. We stuck in our ways, or we think we know it all, and we know a lot. We do. We definitely do know. a lot, but some of that stuff we need to go ahead and forget about it. You know what I mean? We need to go ahead and forget about it and get with the crystal clear stuff. The stuff that it ain't no doubt on it. You know what I mean? And get away from memorizing and knowing the stuff based on the illusion. Especially for those of us who've been involved in all kinds of different, like, been involved with movements, been involved with religions, mindsets, gangs. You know, I'm just saying, because that's real. Though. A lot of people been involved in it. I don't care what color you is. There's all types of different kinds of groups and gangs and all that stuff. A lot of these so-called groups, you think it's more than what you think it is. It's a gang. It's a damn gang for real. But CC Skipper, peace. Hot 9, peace. Hit that like button for me. Hit that like button. But we gotta get away from that. We gotta get away from all that. And guess what? I ain't here to tell nobody what to do, but I am here to advise myself. And I'm here to advise anybody who want to listen. The same way I'll be on, it ain't just me. I'll be on people's lives listening. You know what I mean? And trying to benefit. You know what I mean? I'll be, you know, I'll listen. You know what I mean? What kind of person? That's another form of a little bit of maturity and clear mindedness is that when you hear something good, you take heed to it. As simple as that. Because you can go up and down TikTok lines and you see all types of stuff. I mean, you just see you see stuff that's negative and you see stuff that's positive. Me, I make a conscious choice to look at things that's beneficial to me. You know what I'm saying? You know, you always breeze by stuff and there'd be a girl shaking her butt. You might even see a dude. Hey, this is what clean as shit. Because it just flashed in my mind, you know. No, it's the guy. I actually follow this dude. He's like he cleans shoes. He cleans sneakers. He restores sneakers. But I'm just saying, see, you could even go in there and learn how to like restore sneakers, or you might got a dude on there shooting pool 24/7. You got a dude showing people how to clean guns. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's good. That's a skill. You know what I mean? A lot of times, it was a dude in my neighborhood used to do it. Old head, Mr. Collins. Rest in peace, Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins used to, learn. Yeah, you can learn many crafts, wood carving, all that stuff on TikTok. It's not all negative on here. You know what I mean? But it's all about which direction, you know what I mean, you are going to take when you come on this spot. Because you can easily go in here and just look at all shaky butt or whatever it is that you might. You know, we all got certain kind of stuff that, our base desires and stuff like that. But that's the stuff that'll lead you astray. So it's best to have a grip and a control over that. But I'm just saying, the advice, I accept advice. The same way, I give it. You know what I mean? I accept advice. I'm not no perfect. I ain't no perfect individual. I'm not perfect at all. But I'm on positivity way more than I'm on negativity. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually in the process of just saving myself from the foolishness, which is easy to fall into. You know what I mean? And I think, like, it's been a while. Like, I used to smoke weed a lot, right? For years. Like, off and on for years. I always smoke weed. Just like some people. I never was a big time drinker. You know what I mean? And yeah, it is, right? But that's why. But when I started talking and making videos with little advice stuff online, I kind of decided internally that I was going, because I was advising people to get away from, especially harder drugs. So that stuff was on my mind because a lot of people that I know was being affected by drugs. But this is all my life, man. Because it's just, it'd be people around in your family and your friend circle, stuff like that get messed up off alcohol and drugs and stuff like that. So I was just advising against it. But then I was thinking to myself, I said, well, I didn't feel right advising against it and still smoking, literally smoking. But not because I don't think it's cool to smoke weed. What I'm saying is, when you're in the process of cleaning up your life, you know what I mean, you need your mind to be in its most lucid, clear state. And I just think, and especially now, the genetically modified weed is just like the genetically modified food weed. So you don't want to. I don't know, unless you got some some good homegrown with the seeds in it. Remember back in the day, you smoked the weed and it had seeds in it. Then I don't know. You need to slow down off the weed and get your mind right, and then maybe come back to it. But the other drugs definitely, all of that stuff has a purpose. But I got that from learning. That's what people in the past, like our ancestors and stuff like that, use cannabis. They use mushrooms. They use certain different kinds of wine and alcohol. That stuff was used for purposes. It wasn't just for recreational use every day, all the time, all day. I'm just saying. But I got that from studying. But you know what I mean. But the lightweight advice, it's lightweight because I can have a discourse with like people on a high so-called scale, and they'll talk about things, and I'll be like, yeah, I get it. I know, yeah, you know what I mean? I get it, yeah. But I think the people that need the most help is people who just need a daily motivation. You know what I mean? Just to continue on and to stay right in their life and to stay right in their mind. People that I need it too. Shoot, there'd be days I'll be waking up and I don't be feeling too good. You know what I'm saying? Blue Duke, peace. Joy Robinson, peace. Or Aurelia Stokes, peace. I'll be needing a motivation and an inspiration. You know what I mean? To get through another day. You know what I'm saying? I think we need help on all levels. But I'm just saying, it's a lot of people still walking around in the sleep state, and that's why I'm just trying to advise people to just get away from the old ways of thinking, old reality. You notice the stuff ain't even real. I don't even know why a person would even want to even believing that stuff is the same as it used to be. I remember when they first was talking about Donald Trump running for president. I swear, I don't know I can't remember who I was talking about, and it was funny because I was sitting there and I was like, and we was talking about like Donald Trump possibly running. You ain't gonna be on 100% every day. It's impossible, right? I don't know. That's how God, the Creator tests us to go. We go up and down with it. You know what I mean? But let me tell you this Donald Trump story, right? I'm talking about Donald Trump. This way back, right before he was even president. And somebody was saying, yeah, Trump's supposed to be running for president or whatever. And I cracked up. I said, yo, man, you tripping. I said, man, Donald Trump will never become the president. Are you crazy? I'm looking at, that's the dude on off the TV show. But even further than that, because I'm really like, I'm a double OG. I ain't no triple OG. I'm a double OG. I'm 51 years old. Guess what? I remember Trump. That's the Trump Taj Mahal. Trump is the guy that used to, how like Floyd Mayweather be at the MGM Grand. I remember back in the day, all the Mike Tyson fights and stuff used to be back in the day. Used to be at the Trump Taj Mahal. He the guy. Trump is the man, right? With the money. So I said, man, this dude, and he the dude firing people on the show and all that. I'm like, yo, man, y'all tripping, man. This dude ain't never gonna be president. So I said, I just could not imagine it. Yeah, Trump Tower. I said the Taj Mahal, but Trump do own the Taj Mahal. But you might be right, the Trump Towers. But what I want to say, I would never believe that he would be taken seriously enough to be elected the president. But it happened. And I ain't saying it's like a super something. He ain't no better or no worse than anybody else who was the president. In reality, like once I really got into it and really thought about a lot of different things, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, George Bush Jr. was the president for 8 years. Come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it happened. But slowly but surely, we done been walked along on a leash to a reality that really doesn't have any likeness or comparison to the one we really was in 20 years ago, 15 years ago. It's nowhere near like it. What is it? The world ain't how it is, how it was 2008, 2007. Damn sure ain't what it was in 1999. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? And you had to be there. You had to be there to know what I'm talking about. I can remember when people didn't have cell phones, or people didn't express emotion with emojis. You know what I mean? Like somebody want to talk to me, or I want to talk to them. We'd be talking. We'd be talking face to face, and I would be able to communicate and express an emotion or an opinion without an emoji, using an emoji on the phone. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You know what I mean? But there's another time, another age. But now we're here. Where we at now? I think the further we go back is it was normal, right? Yeah, it's a whole different world now. Whole different world now. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't over. I think the world recycles. I think things go around in cycles. As they say, history repeats itself. I believe that what we're going through now is a cycle that we already done went through multiple times throughout so-called human history, or the history of the world. Right, it does. Robert Frisbee, peace. Hit that like button. Tall Paul 63, hit that like button on the way out. I'm real, man. I ain't AI. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude. That's all I like about me getting into Honey Gold. Peace. As I got into learning, getting into high learning and stuff like that, I realized that history do repeat itself. And ain't nothing. The world ain't never going to end. But then you start realizing the brainwashing of like certain religious doctrines. Like just to try to get you on that end of the world scenario. All right, man, it's the end of the world and all of that. Man, the world ain't never going to end. The world just gonna recycle itself. Even if it's certain kind of calamities, man, they've been made all these different floods and all that kind of stuff, all that stuff that's called natural. It is natural. If you believe in God, you know that, you know what I'm saying, certain stuff. I believe. No, I don't believe. I know that we heading for something big. And all of that stuff, like tsunamis and all that stuff is real. Well, meaning like it's real in a sense of it's a reality check for people. You could look at it from a religious standpoint, or you could just look at it from a spiritual aspect. Standpoint. But when the poop start piling up, Brooke Brown, peace. Something big is coming, right? Because it's looking like the people is in line for it. Regardless of what you indulge in with your own self, what do you condone? What do you turn a blind eye to? That's a boo baby, peace. What do you like I said, what do you turn a blind eye to? That's going to determine. And you look, and even if you go into them religious books, they tell you it was righteous people amongst them people that got destroyed and got washed away or burnt up or whatever. It was righteous people among them people. All them people wasn't bad, but some of them people that were so-called righteous didn't say nothing. They didn't do nothing to try to change it. They went along with it based on them. It's another saying, the saying, people, when you don't say nothing, when you see stuff going on and you don't say nothing about it, it's just as bad as you being the one that's doing it. It's a lot, man. It's a lot to that. You know what I mean? When you just let stuff happen. It's like it's wrong and all that. Like you gotta really, you know what I mean? You gotta check yourself with that. You know what I mean? We all gotta check ourselves. I ain't saying you, like whoever's possibly watching. I know I got one follower, one viewer that's watching. But you know, be people watching you from the outside that don't like come on the live. You know how you can watch the live without going on somebody's live, but it don't matter. I just want to help somebody get through the day or tonight, and you know, and maybe get to the to the next chapter, which is so-called tomorrow. You know what I mean? But yeah, we need to, as people, we need to be better towards ourselves, be better towards people. We got to stop condoning foolishness and condoning evil. For those of us that's a little mature, a little older in age, a little longer in the tooth, you know what I mean? We gotta start being a little more responsible. We can't let these young people keep seeing us be loose or be weak in the mind and all that stuff like that. You know what I mean? But hey, that's what we need to start. That's what we got to start doing. If not, we in trouble. And like I said on one of my videos I posted, I said, look, we don't set a lot of these people straight. Now you know we living here in America, and people believe in putting their old folks in the damn retirement home and all that. And I done worked in a couple of them places, and them was the worst places I ever seen on earth. I didn't even ever think that them places was as bad as they were. To the point where I worked in a couple of them places. I want to check out before I had to be in a place like that. But what the point I'm trying to make is, you got people that's it's super bad, right? Let's say somebody 18, 19, 20 years old now. I'm 51. Okay. The guy or the girl that's 20 years old now, in 20 years, let's say I make it another 20 years, like I make it to be 69 or 70, whatever. I'll be 70 or 71. And I make it that far. And I don't know, who knows? I'm just saying. And anything, my kids don't, whatever, do nothing for me. And I find myself in one of those places or whatever. Like, these people who don't really understand reality is going to be the people that's over top of your personal care, everything. I'm just saying, like, I'm not really a politically correct person. I don't get into like the pronoun thing and all that. Besides the fact, if somebody asks me, I'll be like, you mean I'm him? I've always been him. He, his. You know what I mean? If it's mine, you say it's his. But I'm just, all of that kind of stuff, man. That stuff is like, that stuff is insane brain stuff, man. I don't know how to take that stuff. My grandfather was born in 1920. My father was born in 1948. My mom was born in 1949. Also, I don't know. You ain't gonna force me to get into all that. You're just not. You're not gonna force me to well, you know what? I'm not rewiring my brain for that. Because truthfully, I'm trying to rewire my brain to get back to, I know that my grandparents was better than my parents. Straight up and down, right? All the way around the board, like they were just better. Like my parents, my mom and dad had more education, but they wasn't better. They wasn't. You know, and you know how you know. You just know because you know your parents and you know how your grandparents was, right? I would prefer for myself and for my children to get closer in relation to how my grandparents was. And I had a relationship with one of my great grandparents because my great grandfather, he was still around. He was born in 1910. You see what I'm saying? Like, I personally know somebody who was living more than 100 years ago. And I remember his voice. I know what he smelled like. I remember him. I talked to him. I hugged him and all of that. Like, you see what I'm saying? And I remember how he was. And how he treated us. And how he operated, right? And that's what we need to get back to. We don't need to get back to how stuff was in the 80s, because people was tripping in the 80s. I can remember people saying that me and my friends was like the worst of all creation in the 80s, right? And there's no comparison to how we was then because at least we'll be on the bus and we could be on the bus or the subway or something acting stupid a little bit, getting a little out of control and all that, right? But if we see somebody roll up, you know what I mean, that's old enough to be our father, old enough to be our mom, we're turned down, right? We turn down, may laugh on, and then as soon as they go, they get away from us, then we'll start, you know what I mean, acting stupid or whatever. Man, these kids now, they don't give a damn. But I'm just saying, it's just it ain't how it is. It's how things have been allowed to deteriorate. You know what I mean? This is why people who care about themselves and care about the world and the community got to go back into a hero move. We got to get back into like telling people, yo, chill, slow down, man. Respect yourself, man. Don't you see the lady sitting there, man? Or you saying something to me? I'm old enough to be your father. Come on, dog. Like, I mean, I'm cool, but guess what? You can. Yeah, I tell my guys, like, cause I work in the gym, in the boxing gym, and I've expressed many times, like, yeah, I know you look at me because I'm cool, because you know, like, I relate to a lot of stuff that y'all talking about, you know, in certain ways, but a part of being thorough. And being thorough is being complete, being a complete individual. A part of that is knowing how to put everything in its proper place. So don't talk to me the way you talk to your friends and your contemporaries, because we're not the same. Like I said, I'm old enough to be your father, and a couple of y'all I'm old to be your grandfather, for real, for real. Cause I got grown kids that could have a child 8, 9, 10 years. My oldest grandchild is 9. So it'll be it's kids in there that's 9, 10 years old, and I'll be bugging, because I'll be thinking like, damn, I'm old enough to be, you know, some of these kids' grandfather. But the point I'm making is, you know, don't talk to me. Even though I'm cool, yeah, but coach, don't talk to coach like, you know, I'm not on y'all level. Or don't be cursing and stuff like that. We in the gym, so I know certain guys gonna curse certain, but you know what I'm saying. Don't curse at me, and you know the difference, man. Put stuff in its proper place, and that's but we gotta put ourselves in the proper place first too. Like I said, we gotta stop acting, being loose, and and you know what I mean, and all of that, because you gonna have to call them back. Yeah, we gotta stop being letting, even if we keep, or at least having enough respect for life, for the people to keep our stuff a secret. You know, don't put all your, don't put your stuff out in the open, so people who don't know who don't understand, they gonna just take it as, well, it's cool to be, loose, and just, you know what I mean, nah. Because it was a time when, you know what I mean, certain stuff, man, you wouldn't see your parents do. You wouldn't see your grandparents do certain stuff. You just wouldn't see them do that. Even though, okay, down the line you might realize that, oh yeah, pop or mama or whatever. You know what I mean, granddad was smoking, a little weed or something. He did a little drinking here and there, or maybe any number of things. We know is the other stuff, man. It might have been like, you might find out your grandfather might have had a couple women or had a woman over here or whatever, and you'd be like, damn. But you know what? But still, what I'm just saying, a lot of stuff wasn't just out. You just get what I'm saying. Like, now I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? People is people anyway. But on the real, current generation don't know better because some was never taught better. Yeah, that's right. But some of these kids that don't really got no good parents, they learn things from the people that they run across in the world. You might be, like you on a job and you working with a young kid, and you already know that you already size them up and tell them, you could tell they come from a house that's probably a rowdy crib, a little chaos, you know what I mean, in it. But you know that you gotta help that child. You gotta help that kid. You gotta try to lead them down the right road, best way possible. And I know I say that from the perspective of, like, I'm a boxing coach. I've been working for kids for almost 20 years. You know what I mean? So, you deal with that on your job, so you know what I'm talking about, right? So a lot of those kids come in there, they don't be having a lot. They I'm telling you, them kids, so many different. Them kids be having so many different kind of situations. No father, or no mother or both parents and you spoiled. So you all kinds of anything you could do. But so it'd be like different kind of situations you got. Cause even the spoiled ones, I'll be having to put stuff in their head too. Like the world don't. Yeah, gotta check them at a time, right? All kinds of stuff. Nobody situates perfect. We all being tested. We all being tested with different things. You know what I mean? But you know, if you ain't, hey, check this out. I always use boxing parables, but check this out. You know how they always say the best fighters is the fighters that know how to adjust, or they adjust quick. The same thing in life. If you see you having problems in life or certain things going on in life that you dislike, you know what I mean? If you don't know how to wise up / wake up to certain things and adjust and make adjustments in your life, you lose. You know what I mean? The winners, the best of the winners is guy or the girl that know how to make adjustments, adjust your life, adjust how you do this, adjust how you do that. You know what I mean? Adjust your way of thinking. You know what I mean? Like, do you think negatively all the time about everything? You know, do you need to get more positivity? All that stuff. These are slight adjustments that can pay big dividends in the future. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, even for the wake-up call. And guess what? Oh, what? Today, Thanksgiving. Okay. I ain't even realize it. When I woke up this morning, well, when I woke up, I was already up. Because I had woke up like 2 in the morning and was just up. But somebody called me, a friend of mine called me, and then they was talking about, you know, what they was, you know, basically I was just like, but they, in the course of the conversation, they said that it was Thanksgiving, right? And I was like, I said, damn, the day Thanksgiving. I said, wow. Well, I ain't never celebrated anyway, but I still would know. And I was disappointed because I knew the gym was going to be closed, so I was kind of disappointed. But I was like, damn, wow. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. But all of that stuff, then you know, all that stuff is programming. It's programming, but one thing at a time, I guess. Nobody. You know, I that kind of thing. Well, holidays is always easy for me. You know what I mean? What you don't, Iceman? You don't celebrate Christmas? Or Thanksgiving and all that. I don't celebrate Christmas. Well, I'm a Muslim. I've been a Muslim all my life, but you know, I'm not a mainstream Muslim anymore. Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. But I have a lot of Islam. It's definitely, yeah, that's all me. But I ain't never celebrate. I ain't never celebrate no holidays. Even when I was a kid, because my parents was. I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. But when I was about, I think I accepted Islam when I was about 17, though. So I'm over 30 years. But you know, I'm definitely Islamic. But I believe in the Bible, all that. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's good. That's good. You don't celebrate them holidays. It's all fake stuff. It ain't no Bible. It's all fake. Something for you to invest your energy into that ain't gonna give you nothing. And then the commercial aspect of it. You know what I mean? The commercial aspect of it is especially with Christmas. It's just a way to make rich people richer off the ignorance of the people, because Christmas ain't got nothing to do with Christ. The same way Thanksgiving ain't got nothing to do with being thankful. You know what I mean? Just don't. If you know anything about indigenous American culture, and if you are a melanated American, you shouldn't be celebrating Thanksgiving. But you know how it is. You tell people that. You know what I mean? You know, people started, oh, what the hell you talking about? Oh, you one of them niggas that talking that stuff. But I already was on that from just basic regular mainstream religion. I always was like, come on, man. Like, why would you? This before I kind of like completely knew who I was. I already knew, but I just was like, the veil was still over my eyes. But I used to be like, well, why we celebrate Thanksgiving and pilgrims took the country from the daggone Indians? Not knowing that I'm a damn Indian, right? But I'm just saying, pilgrims, they take the land from the Indians, and why are we celebrating? Why would we be celebrating that happened to them people? And them people is us. But see how dumb people they can have us if we following if we just following the indoctrination. Like, you be celebrating. That's like watching. We used to watch. I ain't gonna lie, cause my pops, my pops is the old heads, and all the old heads back in the day. See, a lot of people don't know the original action movie is a Western movie. You see what I'm saying? So even though like I was born in the early 70s, I was born in 73. Okay, so we caught all the westerns in the 70s was coming on Saturday and Sunday. In the afternoon and nighttime we'd be watching that stuff, the westerns. But my pops, come on, he was get hype. I watched all that stuff. Lone Ranger, Roy Rogers, Gene Autry, all the Clint Eastwood movies and all this. I watched that stuff with my pops. But make a long story short, and even John Wayne. I used to like John when I was a kid. My pop used to watch. My pops had me watching John Wayne movies, right? And the funny part about it is you be watching. They have us so programmed out. We be watching the daggone movie, and the cowboys be killing the Indians, and we be like thinking the Indians ain't shit, even though them ain't the real Indians. That would be people being portraying on it, and you know what I mean. And we'd just be dumb as hell, rooting for the cowboys or whatever, and don't even know we the damn Indians. But I'm just saying that's a high level. It's a high level of programming, whereas the people then forgot themselves in many different in many different ways. Because our grandparents knew that they my grandparents and great grandparents knew that they was Indians. For real, the programming that my parents' age, they went through a different kind of programming than my grandparents and great grandparents went through. The same way programming that I went through is different. It's different than the programming that my parents got. They even got different shots. You know how they give you inoculations in school and stuff like that? It's just different. You know what I mean? And people that's a little job, you know what I mean? Got a little time, they know. Like, cause for real, I was born in 73, right? But my sister was born in 1970, right? My older sister. And she got a people that was born like prior to like if you was like prior to 72 or 71, they would get a vaccination shot. And this vaccination shot was so damn vicious. Everybody who got this particular shot in their arm, they got a mark on their arm, a permanent like little mark on their arm, right? But I missed that one because I was born just a little bit after my sister. My sister, yeah, she like 2 years and some change. But it's just different. But you see what I'm just saying, that even the shots you get is different from generation to generation. So they know how to all that. So they know how to program it. They know how to they know how to rock you to sleep and all that. So the wake up call is don't get rocked to sleep. Be happy. Analyze and expect things before you eat it. No, peace, Ice Man. I appreciate that. I'm ready to get off here too, man. I appreciate you talking with me too. But yeah. Hey, wake up. Inspect people, inspect your food, inspect everything, you know what I mean, greatly before you take it in for yourself. And show love out here in this world, and be peaceful. And do what you gotta do. Hopefully I see y'all soon. Peace.